A teacher went on a rant on TikTok about how difficult it is to be a teacher in 2025, claiming that kids are just addicted to their phones. And she almost had me fooled with her intentions in posting this video. I really thought, like, yay, a modern day instructor is going to explain why the kids are bad and what we can do to help. But no, I was duped.
I think that you guys don't know what's going on in education right now. That's fine. Like, how could you know unless you were working in it? But I think you need to know. So here is exactly what it's like right now working in public education. First of all, the kids have no ability to be bored whatsoever. They live on their phones and they're just fed a constant stream of dopamine from the minute their eyes wake up in the morning until they go to sleep at night. Because they're in a constant state of dopamine withdrawal at school, they behave like addicts. They're super emotional, like the smallest thing sets them off. And when you are standing in front of them trying to teach, they're vacant. They have no ability to tune in if your communication isn't packaged in short little clips or if it doesn't have like bright flashing lights. That's actually...
I think we can all agree that that's really awful and likely true, you know? Like, I turn 28 in like a week or two. And I struggle with this as well. It's very difficult for me to pay attention to things that are in long form. I can't go to a movie without picking up my phone. It's really bad. It's problematic. It's not just kids. It is adults and all. It is the downfall of humanity because of our addiction to our phone. So I don't deny any of this. In fact, I think we can all agree on this, I hope.
The way harder part for me than just the outright behaviors is just being up at the front, talking to a group of kids who have their eyes open, they're looking at me, but they're not there. They're not there. And they have a level of apathy that I've never seen before in my whole career. Punishments don't work because they don't care about them. They don't care about grades. They don't care about college. It's like...
Ooh, they don't care about college. Well, I also think that a lot of kids aren't really thinking about college the way that public schools want kids to think about college. College has put so many people into debt. It's put so many people in really difficult situations that it's kind of difficult to fathom the debt crisis that so many Americans are in right now, to the point where, of course, kids don't want to get in that. They see their parents failing and wallowing in student debt for a degree that they probably aren't even using now. And so the right standard would be that they're not going to college. I actually think that's a good thing. But of course, if the public school system is simply a pipeline that gets you into college and your goal isn't college, then people don't really care. They're just there to get by, get through. And I don't know, maybe this is up for debate and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. But when we tell people, oh, that doesn't matter in school, like when we tell kids learning SOHCAHTOA doesn't matter, which it doesn't, but like when we tell them that, does that just induce that apathy more, uptick the way that kids feel already apathetic about public schools, if that makes sense? I don't know. Let me know.
You are interacting with them briefly in between hits of the internet, which is their real life. I've seen some TikToks recently where teachers are getting a lot of hate, like for not adapting to the kids or punishing them or whatever. And I just got to say, like, I can tell you with absolute certainty, it is not the teacher's fault. It might be the parents' fault. It might be our capitalistic society's fault, but it is not the teacher's fault.
She almost had me fooled there for a second. I'm actually not the biggest fan of the every single teacher sucks. I think teachers make and know that they're going to make basically no money to do a lot of work. Mind you, they do get 3 months of summer vacations. That's kind of great. But they're not going to make a lot of money. They're going to work really hard, and they're going to be around a bunch of kids who, quite frankly, hate them. However, teachers are also the ones advocating for minimal changes within their environment while simultaneously advocating for more money, thinking that more money is going to fix the problem. I think something we can all agree on is that we feel public education is not only failing our kids, but failing our society as a whole, right? Because the point of the public education system was it was designed for a different time. It was designed to get people to think in a mechanical setting so that we could then put them on a conveyor belt, basically, of building machinery. And yes, that was for a very capitalistic society. Now we live in a much more entrepreneurial time. We live in a much more creative time. And we live in a time where unless you are going into specific fields later in life, it is definitely not necessary to understand how to be a rigid robot. And I don't think that's necessarily inherently political. I think a lot of people will agree with that. The thing is that if we want to change the existing system, we need to radically change the system that we can almost all agree we hate. And the very people who throw an absolute bitch fit about changing that system that we all hate is the fucking teachers. The teachers are the ones that are always throwing a fit. Well, we just need more money. You don't need more money. We have a massive problem across the board that needs to be solved on a granular level that, I'm sorry, cannot be fixed with more money. Would more money help? Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. But more money is not going to fix it. It's a temporary Band-Aid. So when she starts saying, oh, it's not the teacher's fault, the teachers are the ones outside rioting over the fact that the Department of Education is probably going to get rid of a lot of these problems. Yes, getting rid of the Department of Education, which I understand cannot be done by the power of the pen in the Oval Office. No, it was created by Congress, therefore Congress must be the one to get rid of it. But scaling back on what the Department of Education is and putting education back in the hands of educators, back in the hands of states where people can actually have an impact and be involved in their kids' education, that is great. Those are the same educators, though, that will advocate against this, that are throwing a bitch fit that the education system doesn't work for them. That's frustrating, right? So she almost had me fooled there. She almost had me fooled. Today's show is also brought to you by my merch line, Based. I'm an independent journalist, and the best way to support this show is by purchasing a hat, a hoodie, or a Based Not Basic tote, or literally anything on the website. Instead of asking you guys for donations to fund my independent journalism, to keep the lights on, make sure the studio looks nice, all the things, my business partner and I decided to create a line of merch called Based Apparel. So if you head over to basedandlogic.com, you can check out our latest apparel. My personal favorite, the one I wear the most, is probably the Based two-tone shirt or the Conspiracy Theory hoodie. I get a lot of compliments on that one, too. And remember, when you guys are buying this merch, you are directly supporting this show. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you heard, please be sure to subscribe and leave a comment about how beautiful, intelligent, and funny I am. And if you want more content, click right over here for more videos and clips of my show. I'll see you back here next time. Bye!